Welcome back to ESPN Orlando's Fight Night. I'm your host, Walt Logan. Tough 18 on Fox Sports 1, coached by Miesha, Tate, and Ronda Rousey. And December 28th, Miesha Tate will take on Ronda Rousey. Joining me right now, Miesha Tate. Miesha, thanks for coming on.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Okay, Miesha, I have to ask. It's a 6-week filming for The Ultimate Fighter, am I correct?
Right.
How painful has it been having to be so close to Ronda Rousey, someone you have so much disdain for?
You know what? It's one of those things that it was definitely trying on my patience, but I'm glad that I got to do it because it allowed me to see through Ronda Rousey's tactics and her antics a lot easier, which it was a goal of mine going into this next fight so that I could learn to be not so emotional. You know, she likes to play the mental warfare games, and I think in women's MMA it's more of a tactic than it is maybe in the men's MMA, or at least with Ronda Rousey it has been. So this is a rematch. You know, I fought her once before, and she sucked me right into that for the first time, and you know, I'd like to believe that I learned my lesson from that, and doing my very best not to go into this fight emotionally unstable, rather actually maybe flip the tables around and make her more emotionally unstable, and you know, see how she likes the taste of her own medicine.
I know what you mean. You're talking about the mental games that Ronda Rousey likes to play. We saw that recently on one of the past episodes of The Ultimate Fighter, where she was kind of getting a little close to your boyfriend, Brian Caraway. I mean, have you got a chance to watch that again?
Yeah, I have, and I don't understand what she was doing. You know, you don't see the whole thing of it. The way that it aired, you see maybe 60 seconds, 90 seconds. This went on for minutes upon minutes before I even went over there to be like, what the hell are you doing? You know, get away from my boyfriend. She was on him. Literally, I could not fit my body between the two of them, and I didn't understand. You know, obviously she was over there trying to punk him in some way, shape, or form, because that's what she loves to do. She picks on him, she bullies him, she tries to talk crap about him constantly because she always gets a positive reaction. It's a win-win situation for her. So I went over there and was like, dude, what are you doing? Get away from my boyfriend. And I figured, you know, if anybody had the right to say anything to her, it's me, because I'm the one who gets to fight her in December, you know. So anything I say, I definitely have to own up to, and I was okay with that, you know, so I just went over there and told her to get away from him, and, you know, she went on to insult our relationship, even though she knows nothing about it. You know, personally, she obviously spends no time with Brian and myself to have any insight on it, so I found it kind of hypocritical. And she goes on to say about how people can't get an accurate assessment of who she is or whatnot inside the 6 weeks of filming, yet she spends no time with Brian or myself and continues to act like she's our relationship counselor or something, you know. She tries to tell me that I should date someone better and yada, yada, yada. But really what I think it is that she wants to take away my strength. And she sees, you know, our relationship as a strength and a threat, you know, that when we're working together, because he also fights in the UFC. And so we are actually the only couple in the world that fight in the UFC together. So we have something unique, and I think that she just wants to try to tear apart anything that gives me any kind of strength.
With the way she's been acting kind of towards the UFC fans and the way she's being portrayed on the show, Ronda Rousey, you have to be pleased with how she's being shown right now.
You know, what I'm pleased with is not the way that she's being portrayed. It's the honesty. You know, I'm more pleased that other people are seeing it finally for the way that it's been for me the entire time that Ronda's been a part of my career. It's been frustrating. It's been emotionally draining. It's been, you know, all of these things that I've been trying to tell people, no, this is the real Ronda Rousey. And they're like, oh, you're just, you know, you're bitter, you're jealous or what. And I'm like, well, whatever, fine, you know. But people are finally seeing the real truth of it, how she really acts, how she really treats people, how she really is emotionally unstable, you know, all the things that I already have known about her. And it's just kind of nice to be able to see that other people are finally seeing it for what it really is. And I think Ronda is embarrassed that she's finally being exposed. And that's why she hasn't lifted a finger to promote this season of The Ultimate Fighter, which is really disheartening and, again, makes me lose more respect for her, because this is groundbreaking for women's MMA. I mean, for the longest time, Dana White was like, women will never be a part of the UFC. And now not only are we a part of the UFC, but this is the first time in 18 seasons of The Ultimate Fighter that you have women coaching, and not only coaching other women, but coaching other men. First time women have been fighting alongside the men on The Ultimate Fighter, and we're also disproving that theory that there's not enough deaths, and all these cool things are happening, and for me, it's so exciting, kind of being one of the pioneers of women's MMA. I've been doing this for about 7 years, to see it flourishing, and I'm just thrilled. I can't stop tweeting about it. I can't stop talking about it. And Ronda is still so on the me train that she won't do it. She will not promote it. She hasn't tweeted about it. She doesn't interview about it. She doesn't blog about it. She wants absolutely nothing to do with it. And I think that's very sad for her team and her fighters, because they deserve that. They deserve as much viewership and support as they can get, and they're not getting it from their coach, it really sucks.
The Ultimate Fighter Season 18 is Wednesday nights on Fox Sports 1. Don't forget December 28th on pay-per-view. Miesha Tate, you are co-main eventing against Ronda Rousey on the Chris Weidman-Anderson Silva 2 card. I got to ask this one. She already beat you once by armbar. What is the plan coming in, to prepare yourself differently so you don't get caught in that same trap? Because that's all it seems Ronda Rousey has, is that armbar.
Well, I'm sure that she probably has more than that. It's just that's her go-to move and her bread and butter, and it's what she's been able to submit everybody inside the first round. And she's quite phenomenal at it, the best in the world, hands down. But this is my second time around. I'm the first person that's getting to fight her twice. And I really feel like I learned a lot about it the first time. Ronda really sucked me in, like I said, emotionally. She had that mental warfare edge over me. It was something that I hadn't experienced inside the sport of women's MMA up until that point. Most people were very sportsmanlike, and everybody got along and was respectful of their opponents. And she came in with a completely different attitude. She didn't care who you were. She was just on a mission, and I didn't understand it at first, and I took offense to it, and she totally tried to play that against me to get me to be emotional. And she talks about it a little bit on The Ultimate Fighter. She says one of the reasons I was able to, take Miesha down and, do what I did was because I made her emotional in the fight. And you can't be emotional. She's like, I'm calm and calculated, C word, when I go into the fight, and you have to, you can't have emotions. And I agree with her on that. You can't, you got to separate the two, and otherwise it's not to your benefit. So that's probably the biggest thing that I feel like I'm changing going into this fight. I already believe that I have the skill set to beat her. I believe I had it then, and I believe I'm only stronger now. So it's really just, a matter of putting that game plan together and then not falling into that trap of being over-emotional when I'm fighting and allowing my emotions to have me make mistakes.
How do you see that fight going down?
Well, I just want to punch her, and I want to keep punching her until the referee tells me to stop punching her, because he's fearful that I may really, really hurt her. So that's what I see. I want a TKO or I want a knockout.
All right, she is Miesha Tate, on the coach for The Ultimate Fighter Season 18, Wednesday nights on Fox Sports 1, and also will be challenging Ronda Rousey December 28th and UFC 168 on pay-per-view. Miesha, it has been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Miesha Tate. You can follow her on Twitter at Miesha Tate. You can also follow me on Twitter at Walt Bacon.